Hello there, my name's David O'Brien Monk, and this is the first time I've attempted an unboxing, and for your edification and delight today I'm unboxing a Hornby live steam train. As I say, this is the Hornby Railway Co. live steam 00 gauge Flying Scotsman set. There's a couple of complete sets on the market as well as separate trains, but the separate trains, you must understand, cannot be controlled with a standard 12-volt controller. Likewise, this controller cannot power standard trains. It would destroy them. So here we go. I'm going to lift the lid. It's quite a heavy box and quite a large box, and supplied with a couple of finger holes on either side in order to get the lid off. So there we go. And the first thing we come to is a nice bit of good polystyrene protection. It's very good. Just ease this off now. Whoa, and what have we got in here? This looks good. Okay. Well, as you can see, there's a number of bits and pieces here. We'll start with this, and this is a little warning sheet saying it's imperative that you read and fully understand the enclosed live steam operating manual before attempting to assemble the layout or run the locomotive. Failure to understand the instructions will result in the malfunction of the locomotive. Well, that's a warning and a half indeed. Let's put this over there. And okay, well, here we go. Here's the user's manual, which comes on a CD, and I guess we'll be having a look at that a little bit later. I'm just going to lift this out. This isn't actually the power supply itself, and believe me, this is heavy. I'm just going to turn it over and unbox this and see what we have. It's very nice indeed. Oh, and wow, this is beautifully engineered. It's got nice metal sides on it with a grill there. As you can see, a black front, a little neon light there, and again the other side. If we turn it towards the back, we'll have a look at what connectors we've got. And we can see we've got a mains connector there, and we've got a rather odd looking connector which looks like a microphone sort of connector. And that microphone connector, as it were, connects up to the main controller. So this is the main transformer, and it's a big heavy beast, because when you think about it, if you've got to actually steam water continuously in a moving engine, you need something pretty powerful to do the job. So that's the main controller. Let's pop that back there, or the main transformer rather. Now here's the controller, and this is absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm just going to turn it over. Just open the back. Okay, it's proving a little bit awkward. There we go. And believe me, this is gorgeous. Isn't that marvellous? Now, as you can see, there's a number of lights on it. There's a little red light there, there's a green light there, green light there, a little wheel. I know that wheel actually controls how much steam the engine's producing. Here's a voltmeter and some very nice metal live steam logos and the Hornby logo. And this is the control. This is interesting because according to the instructions, it requires little flicks to make the valve gradually open or gradually close. And again, it's the same design with a black top and red sides, all made of metal. It's nice and heavy. It really feels like you have your money's worth here. Just have a look at the back controls, and here we have a master on-off switch, and we've got two sockets. I guess I'm going to have to check which one's which, but I guess one of them's going to the track connection, and one of them's for going to the actual mains transformer. What have we got under this little bit here? I'm rather hoping I know what I've got under this little bit here. Oh, indeed. Oh, and that is lovely. And this is the Flying Scotsman train itself. And I'm going to very gently ease this out. It's beautifully made. I can see already that the quality of the finish on this is absolutely superb. So let's try and get a bit of a close-up of this, shall we? Isn't that marvellous? That really is. Now, I thought it would be nice to get in really, really close to this. Obviously not on track yet, but again, the level of detail here is absolutely fantastic. And even if you look at the front buffers here, they depress. Let's hold the train still. The spring-loaded front buffers, isn't it? And more accurately produced than what you'd have on a normal little 12-volt electric train. As we zoom back, let's have a look at the overall effect, shall we? And there we go. And complete with the coal truck. Now, I happen to know that there's two things you have to do with this before you can put it on the track and get it running. The first is you fill it with water, and for that the back end lifts off, and so you take the coal off, and there's a little screw there which is the screw to the water tank. Don't touch that one, that's a pressure release valve. And the unit is supplied with syringes and gloves, and even the screwdriver and some adjustment tools to keep the thing in trim. Likewise, there's another little screw at the front here. On this particular model, it's directly in the chimney pot. On some models, you actually have to take off part of the engine to get to that. And that has oil, and you again put in a few millilitres of oil for 4 or 5 steamings. Okay, so I've returned to the unpacking of the train set. I also noticed some little spare rubber O-rings here. Presumably those are to go onto the oil seals and so forth, and the water seals. I'm just going to attempt to lift this out. It is quite heavy. Again, place it to one side whilst we have a look to see what else we've got in the box. There's a lot of stuff here. Marvellous. I did mention earlier about syringes, didn't I? And in fact, here's the 2 syringes. The larger syringe, this one, that's used for filling it with distilled water. And Hornby are particularly concerned with people using real distilled water, not deionised water. What deionised water does is, because it's deionised, it means it's missing metal. So the moment you put in deionised water into something, for instance, like a boiler where it's got solder joints, is the water will start sucking the metal out of the solder, and your boiler will start to drip very rapidly. So you must use proper distilled water. Exceedingly important, isn't it? Here's the other little syringe, and this one's used for putting oil into the engine. If you remember, I said you have to oil it every 4 to 5 steamings. That is very exciting. And here's this little pot of oil. This is quite a thick oil. It's much, much thicker than motor oil. And again, you've got to make sure you use the right stuff in this. I do hope you enjoyed watching that unboxing of the Hornby Live Steam Flying Scotsman. I really must emphasise that the real pleasure of this is the sheer quality of the contents. They are very, very good. The boxing, everything about it, reeks of quality. These things are not cheap, but you understand why when you see just how beautifully put together it is. Thanks again for watching. My name's David O'Brien Monk. A pleasure. Bye-bye.
Yeah, baby!